Thank you, Bill. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back at the ASC and here at the regional conference to tackle this vexing question: what is sustainability? We've been talking about this now for more than 40 years, and you'd think that we might have some inkling as to what it is after all this time. But it seems that we still have some confusion, and maybe I'll add to that confusion today. Maybe I'll get rid of a little of the confusion. Let's see. And I think I'd like to start by saying, are we asking even the right questions? We have a lot of communications going on about this topic all the time, but what I see more and more is just miscommunication and misunderstandings. And I think many times we're actually just talking past each other. As was mentioned in my introduction, I'm originally from the UK. As soon as I open my mouth, even though I've been here in the US for 30 years, everyone says, "Where are you from?" So I'm clearly not from here. But, I am a little bit pedantic about the use of English and being correct in our usage of terminology. And I think this is possibly part of the problem that we have with this whole question of sustainability. Are we even talking to each other and understanding each other when we say that word? And as I look around the room, and I could maybe pick on someone, but I won't, and ask you, what's your relationship with your spouse or your significant other? And if you said sustainable, I'd have to say, I'm sorry, I hope it gets a bit better. But at least on that topic, we have some sense of what we mean by sustainability. And obviously we hope there's more than just sustainability as some flat lining situation. And if I was to say, would you like to come and join me for football at the end of the day today? I might turn up with a round ball and you'd probably turn up with an oval ball. And so we can very easily get onto the wrong framework by using the same word. And I think this is something that's going on here and has been going on for more than 40 years. And so I think we're talking past each other. And are we even on the same playing field? Do we even have the same definition of the word? And so here we are, 2023, coming towards the last quarter of the year. We have the Internet of Things. We have everything available to us online. You've all got smartphones that you were asked to turn off. So you don't need to go on and start asking the question on Google, but maybe we'll do it. We've got some things we can do to ask this question. So let's start simply asking the dictionary. And if we go to the Cambridge Online Dictionary, we'll say it's a word describing a concept or a metaphysical idea. And when you look at the actual definition, it says the quality of being able to continue over a period of time. So it's the ability to continue something unspecified, over a period of time. And so immediately we get into two questions, maybe slightly better questions. What is it that we're trying to sustain? And then how long are we trying to sustain it for? Because time was an element of that original sustainability definition. But there's another little addition to the definition. And this is when we apply the word to the broader environment. And it's now the quality of causing little or no damage to the environment, and therefore able to continue over a long period of time. But just look at those words. The quality of causing little or no damage. Is that the best we can ever do? We're always going to damage things? Is this the best that we can aim for? Can we not go higher? It's like saying with our wedding, right, and our relationship, is it always going to be just sustainable? Or could we actually have some fun and go beyond? And so this is a question that I really want you to have in the back of your mind as you go through the summit this next day or two. Just where are we setting the bar? Well, let's look somewhere else. Let's look to Wikipedia. Everybody can go and put something on Wikipedia, so maybe we've got the collective brains of thousands or millions of people giving us an answer to this question. And the first sentence, which you can't read, I know it's so small, sustainability is a social goal about the ability of people to coexist on Earth over a long time. So now it's just about people. Can we coexist as humans for a long time? That seemed a bit of an odd definition to me. There's only people. What about all the other species? Can't we get along with them too? And you'll notice that there are some little two-dimensional scribblings here on the right. There's a Venn diagram with some topics of social, environment, and economy in a nice-looking, neat diagram. There's the same words, but now nested in 3 circles or 3 ovals. And there's also pillars. I mean, these are all trying to tell us slightly different things, but what? It's not very clear when we start talking about these 3 E's what relationship they have to each other, and if they have a relationship, and in what way. And is it only people? So let's try somewhere else. These two-dimensional representations to me are flat, they're simplistic, and it's this simplicity of how we teach sustainability that I think is at the heart of why we still are unsustainable. Companies, all of these companies in the room today have all been trying to do things in this realm, and we're still unsustainable. And we're trying and we're trying and we're trying, but we're not succeeding. And I think there's something about how we're educating ourselves, how we're talking about this topic, which is getting in the way. So let's take a look at the US government. Maybe they know something that we don't know. And at the bottom it says, sustainability is based on a simple principle. Oh, it's simple, that's okay. Everything we need for our survival and well-being depends either directly or indirectly on our natural environment. True. To pursue sustainability is to create and maintain the conditions under which humans and nature can exist in productive harmony to support present and future generations. Well, we've got some time element in here. We've got present and future generations. And now it's humans and nature, as if humans are not part of nature. We're part of nature. We're all on Earth. And so we're separating ourselves from nature. So let's maybe look at the academic world. And here we have UCLA online with a nice looking diagram of the world and little arrows going up and down and round about. And it's these 3 things that are cropping up again. We've got equity instead of social, but we've still got environment and we've got economy. And there's some sort of relationship, but it's completely really unstated as to what it is or how it works or if it works. And again, it's a very simplistic approach to what is really an incredibly complex situation. And now, of course, we've got ChatGPT-4, so we're all saved. We really can find our answer here. So I put in, what is the common definition of sustainability? And he came up with this. The common definition of sustainability revolves around the concept of meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And I'll reference this book again in a minute. The definition originated from the Brundtland Committee report. This is it. And I guarantee you that almost every sustainability consultant you ever meet have never read this report. The concept encompasses 3 main pillars. Here they are. Here are the 3 main pillars. Economic, environmental, and social sustainability, often referred to as the triple bottom line. And you'll notice that when people talk about the triple bottom line, they never ever talk about the triple top line. If you've done any economics, you can't have a bottom line until you have a top line. The bottom line's what's left over. So maybe we should be thinking about what's on the top line, not what's left over on the bottom line. And then there's a business context, and here we are business people, so good, we've got a business context. Sustainability aims to balance economic performance with contribution to social challenges and environmental stewardship. Companies strive to incorporate sustainable practices into aspects of their business, from supply chain management to waste reduction and energy efficiency. Well, at least we're now getting into some other topics, right? A little bit more depth. We've got 3 topics at the end. This is the conventional approach. And of course, that's what you're going to get from ChatGPT. It's pulling from sources all over the place, and it's giving you a mishmash of all of the things that have been said over some period of time. But what I didn't show you on this slide is what it said in my ChatGPT, because I've been training ChatGPT on some of my thinking. And so it's not this at all. In my ChatGPT-4, it says it's important to note that conventional definitions and approaches to sustainability have been critiqued for their limitations, such as a lack of focus on systemic changes or an undue emphasis on incremental improvements that may not suffice to address urgent challenges. So now we're beginning to get into the detail of why, despite a lot of good intentions and a lot of good efforts, we're not actually making the sort of progress we need to see. And it's talking to me, as I'm already aware, these simplistic two-dimensional approaches can often fall short of addressing the complexity and interconnectivity of all the issues we face today. So it seems that when we go to all the various reference sources, we're getting a whole set of slightly different versions of what sustainability may or may not mean. And this, I think, is at the heart of why we find it so difficult to actually address the issues, because we're not really having the same understanding of what it means.